This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today is one of the most disappointing locks I've encountered in a while. And it's not disappointing because it's the worst lock I've ever seen, but because it's so bad despite the fact that it's designed to do something very important where the consequences of failure can literally be life or death. This is the Santa Cruz Gunlocks Model SC-5 universal gun lock for shotguns and rifles. It's actually the lock portion of a lockable gun rack. And though this can be used in a variety of different applications, the main place where you see this used is to secure patrol rifles, usually AR-15s, in police cruisers. And I think usage is very important here, because if this was used to secure a gun to a rack in a secure arms room in a secure police station, then it may be sufficient. However, when it's used to lock a firearm in plain view of the general public, it's my opinion that this lock does not provide adequate security. Today we're going to discuss 4 different exploits to which this lock is vulnerable, all of which take just a few moments. The first exploit is using the key, which I normally wouldn't deem an exploit, but this lock is the rare exception. Now, Santa Cruz Gunlocks has 4 different keyed override options for this lock. The first is a disc detainer core, which offers reasonable security. Then they have wafer and tubular lock options, which are varying degrees of inadequate in my opinion. And finally, they have the option used in this lock, which is horrifyingly bad. This lock opens with a standard handcuff key. There's a keyhole right here in the side. You just put it in, turn it 90 degrees, and it can be opened up. Now, why is this so bad? Well, this is a key that can be bought by anyone for less than $1 at any one of thousands of different places. And even worse, it's carried on a daily basis by an increasing number of non-law enforcement officers. And I want to put in context just how bad this is. Santa Cruz Gunlocks is located in California, and their locks are used by a number of California agencies. If we look at California standards for approval of gun containers that are used by the general public, the lock needs to have a key or combination with no less than 10,000 differs. This lock has just 1 differ, and it's an absurdly common key. I think that's patently inadequate for securing a firearm in a public space, and it's why I think this is one of the few situations in which using the key can be viewed as an exploit. Now, I certainly hope that most agencies are wise enough to see the dangers and folly of selecting the handcuff key option, but some don't, as evidenced by the fact of this lock, which before I purchased it on eBay was removed from a police car. Okay, the next exploit is picking. These handcuff key locks tend to be extraordinarily easy to pick, and this one is no exception. I'm just putting a hook in there and turning it around just a tad, and this opens right up. I have to use the pick again to relock it, and once again, it's locked up. Let's do that just one more time. Again, we're open, and let's relock it. So, as you can see, very, very easy to pick. The next exploit has to do with the ratcheting mechanism. There's ways to design relatively secure ratcheting locks, but this isn't one of them. All we need is a little shim, or really anything thin and stiff, and we place it right down here where the teeth of the shackle are, and we can open this right up. Let's do that one more time. Just stick that shim down there, and the shackle opens. So, very, very easy to do, and an inexcusable exploit, one that's very easy to avoid. Finally, exploit number 4, each of these locks has an internal electromagnet that can be used to withdraw the locking lug. This allows an officer to unlock the gun by pressing a hidden button in the car. But if an internal magnet can open the lock, so too can an external magnet, unless the lock is properly shielded, which is not the case here. So, we can put a lock right here on the side of the lock. That's not the proper position, so you can see it's still locked. However, if I slide that up, it opens right up. One more time. When it's not in the proper position, it's locked. But if I move it up just a little bit, we have it unlocked. So, I think it should be pretty clear right now that I don't think this lock is adequate for its intended purpose. And it's a little bit upsetting to me because this is an expensive product with a deadly serious purpose, and it provides shockingly little protection. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.